Well, I have found, Jim, that most people live like that even before the pandemic.
Yes, ma'am.
So,
Right.
years ago, uh, I was in retreat, which I do quite often, and I'm tuning in to source and getting information. And this is one of those epiphenomenous moments. Now, an epiphenomenous is a big, huge moment on my evolutionary path. And
Mhm.
one of my friends made that word up, so I want to share that because I love it.
Well,
And what I got is that joy is our reason for being. This is the fuel for our being and the fuel for our life.
yeah.
Okay, great. So I was given the instructions from my divine source every morning when I would wake up. I was to create one joy event for the day. And this is when I'm in my morning contemplation and I have to do this. And so I started doing that every morning, one joy event. And then as the months went on, I was shown and I discovered that within my being, I have this joy chalice, and it's my job to keep it full. Well, mine was full and overflowing because I had been creating joy every day. So that was exciting. And so I knew that my new program was in, and I didn't have to focus on it. It just automatically happened. Now, what happened to me in the pandemic about 2 months ago, I woke up one morning and I was joyless. Oh my, yucky. That's yucky. And I knew that I was joyless, so I went into prayer and meditation. And the next morning, I woke up again. I was still joyless. And then when I went into prayer and meditation, I was told to do the same thing that I did years ago. Now, every morning when I wake up, I create a joy event for the day. And I'm having so much fun doing this. And then I get to tell special friends and family when we connect on a specific day, I will thank them for being my joy event. And it is the way I choose to live. And people have always looked at me. Many people, not everybody, but many people have looked at me like I am just a Pollyanna. Well, yes, I guess I am because I choose to live in that joy place every day. And I know that this keeps us healthy, wealthy, and wise all the time. And it is great fun to see, like for instance, you all are my first joy event for today, but I have two others coming up today. So my chalice is going to be overflowing today because I get such joy in participating with colleagues, and you guys have been awesome in your speaking and your uh, and your thoughts, and I love that. I love that. I love hearing you. And so my joy event for today, first one is you. And one of the things we have to do is to make the choice to be joyous. We make that choice. I have discovered for myself that the greatest addiction on this planet through us human beings is the addiction to pain and struggle. And some years ago, I ran across something, and I don't remember where I ran across it, but it is when we get addicted to the pain and struggle and fear of this human experience. Now, what do we do about that? Well, there was an article that I read years ago that said when we go into our addiction of pain and struggle, there is a hormone, very long word, and I can't say it because I can't remember the name of the hormone, but we become addicted to the juice of that hormone. So choosing joy every day is breaking that addiction. And it's just like with drugs and alcohol, it takes consciousness, it takes commitment, and it takes practice to put in the new program for each of us to really uh, be in the joy. And I love cable TV. The ads that are coming out through the pandemic, Lay's potato chips, for instance, has an ad that says, be a joy giver. And there's three other commercials new through the pandemic that says, find joy. So I think this is sort of a universal theme that is happening. And it is really fun to see that because it makes this human experience really worth living for all of us. And one of the things that I have learned for myself in this pandemic, which for me is the greatest shadow aspect that we have experienced on this planet. And so within this shadow aspect, everything is coming up that needs to be cleared up, cleared away, transformed, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So it is knowing now. I always knew this, and I know you all who are listening, you have known it too, but I really got it now. How we have such an impact on each other, and we are responsible for how we impact each other. And we are responsible for staying healthy and staying safe so that we don't impact anyone in a negative way. And I love knowing that even deeper than I knew it before. So it is really uh, something that we are all here celebrating this life with each other. And I love celebration because that is what I'd love to do, is to celebrate life, celebrate you, celebrate having divine dining, even now, because we do takeout, great takeout. And so we are really, really creating fun and pleasure wherever we can. I do tailgate parties in my driveway. I have cocktail hour, and people pull in their cars, and I mix up tequila teenies because I love tequila. That's my holy sacrament. And so we will stay 6 feet apart. We have our cocktails, and it's outside in my driveway. So that's fun. We have a great time doing that. We've even had Sunday brunch in my driveway. So it is so exciting to see how creative we humans can be. That always makes me laugh when I see what everybody's creating and doing to make their way and navigate their way through this time. And so I want to thank you all for being here today. And I invite you to really practice. You know, I believe life is practice. What else have we come to do except practice our true authentic self in the highest way possible, and to keep evolving into that. So practice filling your joy chalice. Practice having fun and pleasure, because what if, I love what if questions. What if the only reason why we all incarnated on the planet at this time was to have fun and pleasure, and everything else is all done? We've done all the work, everything. We have, done workshops, we've done all that. And what if there's nothing else left to do is to discover how to be divinely human? And that, for me, the fuel for that is joy, which is created through fun and pleasure and great friends and great love for self and for everyone else. So thank you for joining me on one of my favorite soapboxes, because I do have others, but this is my favorite one right now. So bless you, and have fun creating fun. Thank you.
Well, Harriet, thank you very much. And I put in the chat box about your website and your email address, because you may want someone to get in touch. They may want to get in touch with you so they can come over there and happy hour and drive up in your driveway for a little tequila.
They can back right in. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. Would you be interested in sharing how people could get in touch with you, please? Your email address or
Sure.
however?
My email address is HARIKING at Santa Fe Surf, SURF.com. And my website is under construction right now. It was time for a big change, so it's being taken care of. But you can reach me through my email.